Good morning, Marc Abbott.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're very well, thanks. And first of all, can we be amongst the first, because I'm sure you've had a whole bunch of messages to say congratulations on the appointment.
Yeah, no, very satisfied, very pleased. Obviously, to be given an opportunity to work at such a big club like St Neots is fantastic, and one that I'm sort of very proud to do.
Now, you've been associated with Haverhill for a long time. How much of a wrench is it to come away?
Yeah, obviously, I've had many sort of great times at Haverhill, and been there as from 14 years from sort of a player, and then moved into sort of management. Yeah, like real tough decision. I mean, it shows how tough it was when your sort of daughter is getting upset that sort of you're leaving a club that you've been at for the most of your life, sort of thing. However, once I said we'd get her a St Neots shirt, she was more than happy straight away. So yeah, that turned out really well.
Mark, were you at the St Neots game last night? Were you involved in that process?
No, last night I had the opportunity to meet the players face to face at Haverhill. So I mean, I met them and sort of explained my decision and bits like that. However, watched really carefully on Twitter, and by all accounts, like Matt done a fantastic job, like he always does, getting a youthful side together and competing against a real tough sort of step-free team, which was a credit to the club and Matt himself.
Mark, given the emotional attachment that you've obviously had with Haverhill, were there lots of man hugs going on in that dressing room?
The players weren't too surprised, to be honest, which was great. They're also sort of very pleased and satisfied for me, to be fair. They know I'm a Haverhill lad. They know that my goal is obviously to become better as a manager, as a coach. So I think they totally understood the decision in terms of me taking that next step, and were really pleased in terms of picking a club as well known and as well known as St Neots.
Mark, can we ask what sort of style of football are you going to look to bring to the club? Can we expect Mourinho? Can we expect Pep? Can we expect Klopp? What's it going to be?
No, I think my sort of principles as a coach, as a manager, that they're real flexible, depending on type of game, the structure, the environment, and bits like that. I'll obviously the main appeal for me was working so closely with someone with the pedigree of Matt Clements. So to have that opportunity to bounce ideas off him, to work closely with obviously Lee and Ian as well at the club, was really appealing, and we'll obviously have discussions and depending on type of player and bits like that at the club currently, that will sort of work off that really. So the principles are varied.
Mark, it's common in this day and age when people start in a new job that the people who've appointed them say, what are you going to do in your first 100 days? So let me, on behalf of all the fans who are listening right now, say, Marc Abbott, what are you going to do in your first 100 days?
I'll be working very closely with Matt. So Matt will be continue to lead parts. Obviously, Matt knows the club inside out. He obviously knows the step-free level. So for me to be given that exposure and opportunity to work closely with him will help me in the long run, and for me to get a nice feel of the club and how they work was an important factor in terms of coming over so soon and so swiftly, to be honest. So in terms of the next 100 days, it's things. I mean, Matt's obviously got a real good control of the club and players, as shown last night. So things won't change drastically. We'll continue to work closely together, which it will be the way going forward.
It's testament to the club's sort of resilience and management that they've managed to turn around what could initially have been seen as a difficulty into this really positive and exciting time. Have you got something a message you'd like to say to the fans and to the club or anything like that?
Obviously, like, as soon as I've spoken to people from St Neots, that it wasn't negative. It was real positive. Obviously, like, it's no secret that what's been said on Twitter. However, I think, like, as a St Neots fan, as people involved with St Neots, the club's in a strong position. It's run by brilliant people, and for me, it will continue to grow and have that, like, professional structure. Especially with the quality of the youth setup and the schemes that St Neots run currently. I mean, as shown last night, the youngsters performed bowl accounts really well, and that will be something that will continue.
Well, Marc Abbott, thanks very much for joining us. This time yesterday, we didn't even know that you were going to be confirmed as manager, and here you are on Black Cat 107. On behalf of everybody in St Neots, Marc, welcome to the town.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. Brilliant.